Hello again, and I'm here with this new era Matchbox 75 Chevrolet Caprice, which I've been wanting to do something with this a long time. I got a couple of these. I bought them because they're just so damn cool, and it'll be a simple one, but it's unfortunate and it's crazy that Matchbox is putting out better castings than Hot Wheels is anymore, even though they're the same company, of course. But first thing I'm going to change is we got to get a good stance on this car. The wheels on the front, the wheels are nice, but they're kind of sunk in, and it looks just way too narrow. So let's take this thing apart and see what we're going to do. I'm thinking something Superfly Pimp, maybe something really wild. So stay tuned. Okay, and we're back with our different parts. Now granted, this is not a bad paint job. It's very appropriate for the time. And these wheels I actually like, but they're just too damn narrow. And we'll use these on something else because they'll be something good for them. Because I actually like those. They got spinners in the center. So the interior is actually really nice in this thing. It's got seat belts in it. And I don't know what the hell that is on the dash. Or I mean on the console right there in the middle. It's like some kind of weird ass remote or something. I don't know what that would be. Well, whatever it is, it's kind of cool. So we'll pimp this out. I'm thinking something Superfly colors. I got these wheels off of some kind of stupid Hot Wheels superhero van. Let's put these in here and see what they look like. It was an ice cream truck or some sort. I don't know. It had Daredevil. I don't know. Nothing I'm interested in. The only thing I was interested in is the wheels. I knew they would work good on a project. And 9 times out of 10, I'll never use the damn ice cream truck, which is fine. It's worth it to me to get a good set of wheels. Okay. Now if we shake these out here, kind of feeling that. I might have to do a little bit of work with that, but we'll see where it goes. These, like I say, this is not 100%, but I kind of, maybe if they just stick in so far, so it just looks stupid like that. We got to get these out here. Maybe even grind the inside of these fender wells just to give them a little bit more depth. Lower this thing down and figure out what we're going to do with it. 'Cause I don't know, but I know I want to make it wild colored. So let's see where we go. Stay tuned. Okay, and we're back with our Chevrolet Caprice Matchbox. Very cool casting. Just trying to figure out what to do with it to make it pop a little bit more. And first of all, I played around with the wheels. I've tried about 3 or 4 different sets of wheels on these things, and this is the closest one I've found to something that looks cool. These are just a cheap mainline set of Hot Wheels wheels that I got off a Live 55 that just came out this year. Looked like it was supposed to look rough looking or something. But anyways, I put these on here and they don't look half bad, and it rolls nice. And I just took the Molotov chrome pin and did the centers and just the outer rims, and they have like a white wall on them, so it kind of gives it a little bit of a aspect, or whatever you want to call it. And if you look down in here on each one, I cut these little styrene spacers and to space the wheels out so they weren't sunk in so bad. I think that was one of the problems I had with this casting, is the wheels were so far in and it looked comical from under, and the tires were
just a bit too big. The ones that came on Matchbox, they were nice looking, had little spinners in them and everything, but they were just way too I guess you would say four-wheel drive-ish looking. I don't know, but I'm just going to, this is just a simple project. I'm going to play with the paint and see what we can do with paint on this one. Try a couple different procedures, and it's going to be really wild. So let's get this thing into some primer and see what we can play with today. Stay tuned. Okay, here we are with our nice Quicksilver Chrome over some Tamiya primer. Now I'm going to play around with this Candy 2.0 Poison Green. Let's see what it'll do. It'll probably be too bright, but I think if I run something over it, maybe I'll do a fade on it, it will look kind of cool. So stay tuned.
Okay, we're back with our Caprice. Look at that beautiful paint job. That is a poison green over Quicksilver Chrome. And I added just a little bit of Cosmic Sparkle just to give it a little bit of more flair. And I found a picture of this car, this color, from the factory with a white vinyl, half vinyl top, and that's what we're going to put on next. Also, we are going to take something and scribe that chrome down the side so I don't have to paint that shit. So this is a true looking 70s color, and I am totally digging it. So stay tuned for the next step. Hello, and we're back with our Caprice from the early 70s. I can't remember what year it is. I have to look it up. Probably 73, 74. Just got done painting this thing for the second time because I wanted to try a technique that I've seen a few people do, and I haven't done it yet, but I did it today. But the first time I did it was I messed it up. So what I did was instead of having to paint this chrome, which I totally suck at, see if I can get this light to work here. I took a X-Acto knife here, like this one, just a cheap one, and I didn't do it on camera because I don't work good on camera. All I did was gently scrape the raised edge on that and the raised edge on there using my magnifiers, of course, so I didn't screw anything up, and it turned out perfectly. The first time I tried it, I've seen people use sandpaper rolled up really tight, and it wasn't really as tight as I wanted it to be because I started catching the quarter panel, and that just screwed everything up. So this is a straight edge. It won't touch the quarter panel unless you screw up and rub it. So nothing will flex when doing it, and it worked out really well. I mean, as you can see, once I throw some clear on this, it'll look pretty awesome. But I have one more thing I want to do to this. Is I have a picture online which I will include at the end of the video in the glamour shots. Now, I picked this color out first, and before I even seen the picture, and I was like, holy crap, that's the color I just painted, just because I'm a big fan of greens. And this was that, I don't know, atomic green or something like that from Auto Air. And I didn't go, I did it on a really light setting because all the cars a lot of the cars back in the 70s had this really light green like that, and I really liked it. Some of it was a little bit more pea green than this, and there were some that was more of a lime green like this. But I found a picture, and they had, it was actually a brochure for Chevrolet, and this bat had a half or a half vinyl top from here back. And I'm going to do that on this one, and we're also going to paint the interior white to match the vinyl top. So that I'm going to tape that off and try to get as close as possible and go ahead and get that shot. So stay tuned. Here we are back again with this Caprice. How do you like the white vinyl top? It looks great, doesn't it? Well, paint job number 2 was a failure. I got everything done and it was looking absolutely gorgeous. I even threw some cosmic sparkle on the roof of the vinyl top and it was just looking great. But right there in the corner, I had a frickin' bleed, just the tiniest of the bleeds where the white dripped down, and I should have, Leah, I should have learned from what you've told me in the past. Just throw it back in the stripper, because the more you mess with it, the more worse it gets. And that's what happened. So here we are, paint job number 3. Wish me luck. Here we are, paint job number 5. This son of a bitch of a car wasn't really the paint's fault, wasn't really the car's fault. It was more my fault, trying to scrape the chrome off this side. I kept nicking the damn model. So now all I have to do is paint this white on the roof without screwing it up and getting any bleeding, and I think that we will be making some progress. So cross your fingers and stay tuned. Okay, and we're back again. I thought I would have this video out by now, but when I was working on the base, I figured I'd look it up and see what I needed to do to make it match the original. Well, I found out that I need to paint they had painted areas around the headlights and around the taillights on that. I was like, well, son of a bitch. I guess we're not getting this video out today. So, you know me, I'm not going to put out a half-assed video just for the sake of the video. I do this for the die cast, and I try to give you all the best quality, custom, restoration, whatever I can possibly give you. So I'm not going to put it out and just make something. If something doesn't feel right to me, I'm not putting it out. If something doesn't look right to me, it goes right back in the stripper. So got a little bit of overspray on everything, so I guess I'll do a little bit of bright work on this and put some black on the bottom, chrome out the bumpers, paint the grill, headlights, sit there and paint each one of these damn taillights, probably with a see what I can get in there, because I only get one chance at that, otherwise I'm repainting the whole goddamn back end. So let's see what we can do. Stay tuned. Okay, and we are finally back with our 75 Chevrolet Caprice. Everything's painted, everything's sorted, and finally going back together. This is one of those cars that is so cheap, being it cost $1, not cheap to make because it's actually made pretty well, but so simple. Some of the so simple cars that you build end up being the biggest pain in the ass, and this happened to be one of them. And simple two-tone paint job on the car ended up being painted 5 times, and you think you're done and then you're not, and you have to make sure that you didn't realize that the front and the back were color coded to the car. so, or at least around the grill and the headlights. And as you can see, I did some nice detailing, used some clear orange for the marker lights, Molotov pen for the chrome, and then we stuck a wash in the grill, a little bit of touch of pearl white on the headlights, and we color matched. We painted it all with the whatever atomic green or whatever the hell that stuff's called by Createx Auto Air. And same with the back, just some clear red with some of the color matched paint, the green, and some Molotov chrome pen, just some Quicksilver. And I didn't use the pen on the side. I used Quicksilver chrome for the bottom, since it is an aluminum trim on the actual car, to kind of give it a little bit of a variance. We did with a white interior. We actually went with a pearl white interior just because it looks really fly. And our atomic green, which turned out to be like a cool, really cool 70s lime green, like it was, these Caprices were actually painted, put a white vinyl top, but it's actually pearl white. I don't know. I put a lot of sparkle in this thing. You can if you can see it, I put a lot of cosmic sparkle in this. It's really, really beautiful. And I don't think the camera really captures it, but you can, when you hit it in a certain light, you can see I put a lot of cosmic sparkle in with the paint. Really pleased with the way it came out, at least on the 5th time here. And let's go ahead and assemble this thing and get it on the rotisserie and call it done. Stay tuned. Alrighty, here we are with our 1975 Chevrolet Caprice Custom. And like I say, it was a simple car that turned out to be a little bit complex, but we got through it and got her done. So without further ado, here she is. Done in Auto Candy 2.0, Auto Air Poison Green, that's the number. It's 4660 is the paint number. And we use some pearl white for our vinyl top, and we threw a whole bunch of the cosmic sparkle in the whole paint job. All 5 of them, might I add, all 5 paint jobs. We took a razor knife and scraped the chrome off on the side and the door handles. I used these wheels because I usually don't use the regular Hot Wheels wheels, but these aren't really that bad. Once I run a chrome pen around, it gave it a something to accent the white wall, and the center kind of looks appropriate for it. And just a nice simple custom of a 1975 Caprice. Very happy with the way it turned out, even with all the headache it gave me this week. These castings from Matchbox are really great. I plan on maybe doing another one in the future with some other kind of I'll do a wild outlandish paint job on the next one. But for this one, I'm going to call it done. Sorry for getting the video out late this week. I just wanted to make sure everything was dry on this one. I'm not going to screw it up again. I want it to go right into the showcase. So thanks again, and we'll catch you on the next build.